We're back. Here she is again, Mrs. Patricia Tosh. How posh? Exhibit, Mum.
Just to mention about the earthquake in Turkey and Syria, right? Because what's happening, like if you look at this map, right, there's Africa.
I've blown it up. Yeah, I've blown it up.
And then, because Africa is pushing the earth scale, right? And like, you know, if you get it all the way, it will fit in there or somewhere. And also, it's drawing, you know, the rest of the continents.
Yeah.
Because it's in Revelation, not Revelation, Genesis chapter 1. The whole world was Africa. Black Uhura sing, the whole world is Africa. You see, so it's like after the flood, because there was only rivers, Havilah and other rivers, right? There was no seas. So what he done, he freed some of the water up the North Pole, some at the South Pole, right? And then there was seas, because before we could travel from land to land.
Okay.
Because look, Africa can fit in there, so that's what's happening.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, so
you're right. Look at it.
The whole world have to come back as one.
Yeah, because look, you can really see the shape of it, that it's meant to be there.
Yeah.
God is so clever.
Yeah,
wow.
So it's like, plus it's drawing Asia in.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. So, but Jesus, in Matthew 24:26, right, he did tell us that there would be earthquakes in diverse places. You know, he told us, if you read those 24 and 26, right, and he said we to stay calm, because these things must happen. Plus, most time where he talks about don't build a house on the sand, build it on a rock. So
he gives you warnings.
Yeah, so perhaps some of these buildings wasn't constructed properly. Yeah, so.
But you know, like you always get people will say, "Where is God in a time like this?"
Yeah,
they always quick to blame him.
He gets the blame.
But if you check back to Revelation, and is it Matthew? You said
Matthew 24:26.
Right. It shows all these things have to take place.
Yeah.
You know, it's the end of days. We're living in the end of time.
That's
now.
Right.
So it's you like, can't run from it.
You know, the earth scale.
Yeah.
You see, Africa is drawing. Yeah, both sides.
See that?
Yeah, because we have to come back as one.
Yes.
Plus those bastards, right? Because it's on Too Strong, because they showed it, you know, where they control the weather. I think, was it Jeremy Clarkson? He went there when there was, you know, with all the sonic noise and lorries and everything, and make like, you know, rain, because they got rid of all the people in one town in America.
Yeah.
And then when you look, you know, it was raining in certain parts.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
And certain weather business. And, well, God said he's going to bring to ruin those who's ruining his earth. It's not a natural thing.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then when Kennedy got killed, President Johnson that came in, it's there in black and white. I'll see if I can find it for you. He made a speech, and he said that they control the weather, and whoever controls the weather controls the world.
Wow.
It's there, you know. So show you them bastards them are doing. Yeah?
They're doing a lot of shit.
Like we'll get false snow.
Yeah.
Even the little children over here notice this snow is not right.
It's not right, no.
Yeah. So
but,
as I say,
we want to send our condolences though to the people who have lost their family members.
Something over the road there for them.
Yeah.
And
we're human. I mean,
we're
spiritual creatures, but we're human. So we feel it, you know, because a lot of them have lost not one person in the family. They've lost probably nearly all of them. Some of them are
Because,
the only survivors.
Remember the one in Lebanon when that place exploded? Macron, I call him Macaroni of France, the president. He turned up there, and then all of a sudden the nuclear thing that was built in the city with the people then blew up, and a lot of people and they lost their lives, a lot of buildings in Lebanon. Do you remember?
Yeah, of course I do.
The woman, she was up crying because she persuaded her family, because they was going abroad, to stay.
Yeah.
And she lost them all. You see,
I remember that.
That's probably one of the proofs that they're messing with what they're not supposed to.
And remember, I showed you the video the other day to confirm what you said, that the sun is dying. Remember?
Oh, it's on the front page of the Sun today.
What they're saying?
It's there and it's showing the sun, and it's
right. And I also showed you that the Chinese in China, they've made an artificial sun. So
because they know.
They're controlling the weather. They're doing stuff shit that they're not supposed to.
Yeah, what Jesus did tell us in diverse places. Also, you see people that should look up for themselves. The Hittites, that was Turkey. I'm not going to say nothing else. Find out who the Hittites was.
Yeah, I'd like to know myself, so I'll be I'll be researching that too.
Yeah, we done that at school, so you know from what areas certain people come from and whatever. Okay.
All right then. Did you wanna show this now?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
No, as Jaffa said, Patsy, start at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, you see, when I came here, I used to bawl every night, bawl to go home. And my mum used to go, oh, she'll send me back next week and all kind of things. And she never. So I started to do things against her. And I used to run away, and I used to get some bad beatings. I used to go to school, because I'm red skin with all the bruises and everything. And in them times, 64, 65, the teachers them never took no notice.
They didn't care.
Not like now. A child get one bruise, there's whole investigation, which is good. Praise the Lord. Yeah. So after a year, because I became like Kunta Kinte. I was trying to walk back home because I did not want to be here. I wanted to be with my dad, Tatty.
Yeah.
You see.
In the West Indies.
Yeah, and we used to have the rag and bone man, like with a horse, shouting and things. So I used to get her fur coats, all her best, because all them black women, they have best blankets and things like that for special occasion, for when visitors come and they go around the house.
Yeah.
And I used to give her stuff away to the rag and bone men. And I knew I'd get a beating.
But did you do that because you wanted her to send you back?
Yeah, she kept promising. You see? Yeah. Because, as I said, the only thing I liked about this country was all the cake shops. And the flowers was beautiful. Yeah, but other than that, I wanted to go home.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I've been put on a course of vitamin D.
Yeah.
You need vitamin D, the sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you need it. We do.
At first, what the doctor explained, I will suffer little headaches or something till they kick in, because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your native.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so they put me in the homes, which was the best time of my life, age 12 and a half. Shenley.
So you only stayed with your mum for a year and a half?
Yeah, because I would run away all the while. I'd get battered non-stop and things. So got in there, and I was in Melplash. And then you had one next to me, the trees. I'll come to that later. It's a bit shocking. Right, and you see, the only thing we got new was our uniform.
Yeah.
But at the top, because there's many buildings in Shenley Fields. When we needed shoes, we used to have to go up there. It's second-hand shoes, but they were good, and you know we had to polish them every night and whatever. So as I said, my uniform was bottle green and the yellow shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the only thing we got new.
Yeah.
So like nowadays, you can't tell a child over here that they can't have second-hand shoes. They'll kill you. Right, but to us that was the norm. It was in care. And then I got my first pair of high heels because our house parents had to go away for a month, and this couple, they just got married, they spent their honeymoon with us. So she took me down to Wheelie Castle Square to the shoe shop, and she bought me my first pair of high heels, age 12 and a half.
You love them, innit?
Yeah, paint and leather. You don't really see paint and leather no more.
Yeah.
Navy blue, right? And then stockings, you know, with a suspender belt.
And how old was you?
12 and a half.
And she bought you stockings?
Yeah, there.
What they want?
Yeah, because the boys then, the in thing was, their stockings, they get laddered, right? And then the boys used to come and say, can they climb our ladder? Right?
At that
Naughty.
age.
Yeah. And then you had, then Mary Quant come out with strawberry lipstick, cherry lipstick, all kind of things. And we used to, you know, wear it. And then the boys would come and say, can we taste your strawberry lipstick? I mean, they really wanted a kiss, but we used to fight them off. So, I was there. And then I must have touched 13, and there was Alan. Alan, he was white. Then we have Bancroft, which is Paul Nugent. Everybody in Birmingham know him. And then we had Stephen. He was like a Jamaican Indian, but he was black. And curls. He was so beautiful looking.
Yeah.
Right, so we used to hang out together, and Alan became my boyfriend, yeah? And, you know, the white one, yeah?
Yes.
And so, what it is, he was my boyfriend. It's my white boyfriend. So, you know, after about a year and a half from there, I had to leave and go to Neville Chamberlain's, you know, property in Kingsley.
Okay.
Yeah, him that bring the peace form from Hitler, you know, peace in our time, because they run Kingsley, that belongs to the Chamberlain family, the Prime Minister, and then the jewellery quarters, right, that is theirs.
Oh, okay.
And down there, when I came to England, they used to make all the monies down there.
Oh.
But before that, they used to make all the guns there that went to America, to the Wild West, you see? And then they bring it, change it up to monies, and now it's known as the jewellery quarters.
Okay. It's still money though, isn't it? When you check it out, jewellery.
Yeah, they've moved it to Wales. They moved the money making to Wales. Right, so, where was I then? Alan. So, you know, after I left, go to Kingsley, and then afterwards you can ask Paul Bancroft, yeah? He must have gone out somewhere and gone on a motorbike, and he crashed and he died.
Oh, was it his motorbike?
I don't know, but he was my first boyfriend here. Back home I had two boyfriends, one in St. Hugh and the main one, Vernon in St. Martin, the police chief's son, right? So, and now we're coming to Twinkle now, because she made this song in 1964, right? So, as I said, when I heard of Tyrone Downey passing, it's like, that just came up. It's like some secret spirit or something works to help me, because for all about 10 days, I was playing her, and that's the only comfort I could get, right? And then I remembered about Alan, You see.
Yeah.
So just give you a little tip of this. My white boyfriend.
Oh, he probably was missing you. That's why he was trying to go on reckless and went on the motorbike. Oh, you're thinking of him now. Was he good looking?
I didn't choose the black. I was with the white. You know. Well, he made it. You know.
He fancied them.
So that's about 55 years ago.
Yes.
You see. And so Twinkle, you know, remind me of him. And yeah, and also in the homes, because you have probably about 10 different buildings, and then that side at the top is where we had to get our second-hand clothes and shoes. Oh yeah, CNA, the clothes shop. They adopted
CNA.
Yeah, they adopted me because at Christmas you got a voucher and you could go and get. I remember I got the coat, and nowadays you used to have dress and coats where you can reverse them.
Yeah.
Fashion was so good.
So how come they adopted you?
No, these big companies.
Oh, they would adopt a child.
And they adopted me.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. So thank you, CNA.
I love CNA.
Yeah, that was for Christmas.
Remember the ski clothes you could get in there and the ski boots? It was amazing.
Yeah. One of the best shops going. Yeah. So hang on. Yeah, I'm back now, right? I was in Melplash, opposite the office, the main office. Bancroft, they was opposite the one over there. And next to us, you've got this hedge. It's about 12 foot high and very, very thick. And on both sides. Now that place was a Borstal, that home, right? And they couldn't come out, and it was boys in there. So certain times when I'd go in our back garden at Melplash, then all of a sudden one of them used to come out and sing through the hedge to me, right? And I knew he was black. I didn't know who he was, right? But I still, in my mind, I call him Pele.
Yeah.
And he used to sing that song, I Got You Babe. And I used to be telling him to F off, leave me. I don't know who he is, but you know, he probably spots me when I go in there, right? But then about 25 years ago, a good friend and whatever, and then he made me know what was going on there. You had Auntie Bose and her husband, but he was elderly to her.
Okay.
And he started to tell me what they were doing because them boys wasn't allowed out. They used to bring in people overnight and have orgies with the boys.
No.
Yeah. So they would be in their 60s and 70 now. Black and white boys. And if they didn't partake, they'd get beaten and punishment.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what used to happen. It's called the trees. Yeah? Because, I mean, to me, that was the best place I ever was. It was beautiful up there, but I did not know what was going on next door. Yeah, but we know
so
mainly...
them boys was abused,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, it was mainly her. She ruled the roost, because he was elderly. But
so what, bringing men and women for them?
They used to, and the boys would have to have sex with them, and
with the men?
Yeah, and they
Lord,
do.
Have mercy.
Yeah. So that was, about 25 years ago. So I know right now in Birmingham, there's some men in the 60s.
They're affected and they ain't speaking about it.
That's right, yeah. The trees in Shenley Fields Homes.
Dirty bomber class.
Yeah, But now what I'm saying about Twinkle. Remember Violin? There'll be bluebirds over.
The name rings a bell.
The white cliffs of Dover.
Wasn't she the woman that used to sing to the people in the army?
Yeah.
I know now.
Tomorrow, when the world is free. When she was known as the Forces sweetheart, and she used to fly out to dangerous places.
Yeah, I remember. I saw the documentary.
Yeah. I remember she had a #1 album at 100
At 100 years old, but she had died by then, innit? But
no.
Wasn't she still?
No, she probably only died about a year and a half after.
Okay, I remember it was a big thing on the news.
Yeah.
That she got a brand new. It come out.
Yeah.
As #1.
That's right. So I'm saying now, Twinkle probably was about 19 or 20. When I was 11, 12. So if she's still with us, she'd be in her 80s.
More than likely she could be.
So I'm saying now, we've got enough young girls and whatever here. If they're all tapping and whatever, they could probably make a #1 for her.
Never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Because it's a beautiful song. But you see, it's yeah, because when you look now, we're in the middle of England there, but then when you study, you got all the young boys, they're really committing suicide down south and some up north, right? Because you see the way how the world is now, everything is women this, women that, and these young boys, there was the foreparents worked in the coal mines and everything, and the women was happy with them and things like that. But now they're gearing them to go after pop stars or rich men. So it's like they're not giving the young men a look in. So the young men now, they need a purpose. Yeah. I'm saying, what was wrong with romance? It was nice, when I was a teenager.
Romance is lovely.
Yeah. So
the butterflies in your stomach and all of that.
Yeah, but and a lot of them, it's like they don't seem to have no purpose, young girls. This is what you're doing to them. Yeah, or they feel worthless because for a start there's no jobs or nothing.
It's really bad.
Yeah, and then on top of it, the girls seem to be earning the money now.
Yeah, that makes men can feel a bit belittled.
Yeah, so. Stop and think, young ladies, stop and think of them. Yeah. And then with me and a few of us, right, because the Bible always say, go to your elders. Yeah. Right, because, we was always being battered by our men. Yeah. And she's an elderly woman, took us under her wings. And then she, was giving us and showing us advice and everything, because we weren't doing no wrong, but yet all we do is getting abused by the men in our life.
Yeah, jealousy.
Yes.
And insecureness.
Yeah, it was what they were doing out there. They think we were doing it. I mean, like Danny used to make me taste his dinner first. He thought that I poisoned his food. Madness, you know. You know, I was happy at home with the 4 children. I weren't, you know, I was always faithful.
Yeah.
Always faithful. But he couldn't, yeah. So it's so kind of a thing. Then she showed us how to avoid that in the future where men is concerned. Or also she goes, they never grow up. They could be 50, 60, but they're still little boys. Right? So there and then she started us off that way. Right? So you know, they'll still need their mother then. And then she says, if you're in the presence of a male and you're opening a jar or a bottle, you know, struggle with it. Yeah. Yeah.
They feel macho.
And yeah, and then make them open it, and it makes them feel good. Yeah. You know, which is true, and it's something I still practice when there's a male around. Yeah. I still do it. Yeah. Yeah, because you got to boost them, because they are little boys. They are. Right, but then another thing she taught us, she says, we've got one pair of shoes. She called them men's shoes, right? And she said, you wear the same shoes all the while, but then occasionally you got other shoes, other men, and you'll say, well, let me step into this pair of shoes today. Right? Now, I didn't agree with that because I still believe in one man.
Which is true, you're right.
So that's just an example. But whatever she done, it worked, because no man has ever put their hand on me again.
Good.
Right?
Good.
Go to your elders. Good. Okay, we've done that now.
Pair of
shoes.
Yeah.
Guidance.
All right.